Glad you to join our 7:30 news bulletin right here on Luntha TV with me, Charity Chilanga. First, a look at the top stories. Pope Leo XIV urges the faithful to embrace God's forgiveness. Sudden fuel price hike sparks worries among minibus operators. The Malawi Network of Order Persons Organization calls on Malawians to recognize the role of order persons in national development. And in other news, envoy Nkosinati Ntentwa dies in apparent suicide in Paris. We do have the details to these and many other stories. Stay tuned. Pope Leo XIV has reminded the faithful that God holds no grudges but forgives, restores and rebuilds trust, providing a peace that surpasses betrayal and a love that transforms the wounds into sources of redemption. The Holy Father shared this message during his weekly general audience as part of his ongoing catechism series, Jesus Christ, Our Hope. We have a Vatican News report read by Fales Chizombe.
Speaking to the faithful in St. Peter's Square, Pope Leo XIV highlighted the resurrection of Jesus as both the foundation of Christian hope and a revelation of divine love's response to human failure, not with punishment but with mercy. The Pope said Jesus' resurrection shows how love can rise again after great defeat to continue its unstoppable journey. He cautioned that human reactions often differ, noting that after experiencing trauma caused by others, people's first instinct is usually anger and the desire for revenge. In contrast, Jesus rises from the dead not with vengeance, but with peace, free of bitterness. Recalling the upper room, Pope Leo described how the risen Lord enters a closed space filled with fear and offers an unexpected gift, peace. His words, "Peace be with you," are more than a greeting. They are a mission, a call to reconciliation grounded in divine compassion. By showing his wounds to the disciples, the Pope explained Jesus does not accuse but reassures. His wounds are not signs of defeat, but of love that never retreats. Contrasting human tendencies to downplay pain with empty phrases like "it doesn't matter," Pope Leo stressed that true peace cannot come from denial. As Jesus breathed the Holy Spirit on the apostles, he entrusted them with a mission to be instruments of reconciliation in a broken world. The same Spirit that carried Jesus through his passion now strengthens the Church. In closing, Pope Leo reminded believers that they too are sent to witness peace, not just in words, but through forgiveness, lifting others up, and calling love forward beyond pain.
Fuel prices have risen, with petrol increasing by 38% and diesel by 32%, according to an announcement from the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority in Mela. In a statement released Tuesday night, Mela Board Chairperson Charles Kambawa said the adjustment is aimed at ensuring a sustainable supply of fuel to meet national demand. While the public has not expressed widespread alarm, some people view the hike as a trigger for potential increases in public transport fares. Robert Edward reports.
Released just before midnight on Tuesday, MERA announced new fuel pump prices, with petrol now selling at 3,449 kwacha per litre, up from 2,530 kwacha, a 38.30% increase. Diesel will now cost 3,500 per litre, rising from 2,734, which represents a 28.02% hike. Through its board chairperson Charles Kambaua, the energy regulator explained that both petrol and diesel qualified for adjustments under the automatic pricing mechanism adding that the revision is meant to ensure sustained fuel availability. For motorists randomly interviewed in Longwe, here is what they had to say.
kuza kwambiri ngati mataxi driver chifukwa chakuti kukweza kwa mafuta ndi mitengo imene timapakirira sizikugwirizana. Okay, for example, timapakira 1000 kuchoka kuno kupita ku 23, of which magalimoto ambiri timayuza be 1 liter kuchoka kuno kupita ku 23, of which tikuuza 3500 kwacha kutenga anthu folo imene sikuwina. So ndizovutanso kuti timuze customer ndi imene ziko lathu pano lili kuti takweza mitengo yopakirira sachilandira bwino. So mene ngati lero li business yativuta sinapange business kuti ndi mitengo imene timayembekeza kuti anthu akhoza kukwera ndi imene alili mafuta sizikugwira. So ifeyo ngati mataxi drivers atikhuza kwambiri. Zimakhala bwino tikakhala kuti boma likutiziwisa kuti sekula kuti mafuta akwera anthu amakhala okonzekera kuti alandira china chake kuchokera ku boma, rather than kuti mmene apangira apapo kuti ngati zulo takula mafuta mitengo ina kufika 12 koloko lero takweza kuti mitengo ndina ya mafuta. So ndizovutabe kwa ifeyo ngati madriver kuti tikangokweza mitengo anthu osapanga informu na bwino.
Dzina langa ndinelisi kasenye ndipo 23 oti apapa zokweza mafuta zalikuta kwambiri chifukwa yonero ndi zinthu zomwe sitimembekezera pa tsiku ngati la lerolo oti apapa ndithu mnyamukako kuyenda wapasi chifukwa mmene timakwera mamawaso takwerera mokwera ndithu mabasi sitimaziwa kuti mafuta atani akwera mtengo moti ndife anthu oti ndiokhumudwa kwambiri monga apapa zimene zikuchitikazi moti mabasi mene timakwerera kupita timakwera 1000 kukwera panopa tikwerera 2000.
The Minibus Owners Association of Malawi, MOAM, has expressed shock and concern over the recent 38% fuel price hike announced by the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA. The new prices are set at 3,499 kwacha per litre for petrol, up from 2,530 kwacha, and 3,500 kwacha per litre for diesel, up from 2,734 kwacha. MOAM chairperson Clarksley Kamange stated that the sudden increase will have a significant impact on businesses and transportation costs across the country. Emmanuel Jocha with the details.
The association has urged minibus owners not to increase bus fares by 38% despite the substantial fuel price hike. Kamange emphasized that the price increase has far-reaching implications for businesses and citizens. With Malawi heavily relying on road transportation, the fuel price increase will likely affect the cost of goods and services across the country. The timing of fuel price hike has also raised eyebrows, coming just after the country elected a new government. Kamange noted that business owners and citizens never expected such a move at this time, and it may put additional pressure on the newly elected administration.
As the Minibus Owners Association of Malawi, MOAM, any price increase for anything on our business, it has implications. We are not happy because it reduces our profit margins. And going forward, we think MERA has adjusted, the fuel with a huge margin. Because in the past, most of the times, if you want to adjust, they were adjusting for the beef with 5% to maximum 15 or 20% thereabout.
MOAM has previously called for the government to remove levies on fuel to reduce prices. Kamange suggested that proper regulations of public transport sector could help minimize cost and stabilize fares. MOAM has previously called for the government to remove levies on fuel to reduce prices. Kamange suggested that proper regulations of public transport sector could help minimize cost and stabilize fares. The association is engaging with minibus operators and stakeholders to discuss the way forward. The fuel price increase may lead to high transport costs, affecting commuters and overall economy. Passengers may face increased fares and businesses may struggle to maintain profitability. The government has cautioned traders and minibus operators against exploiting consumers by raising prices unjustifiably. As the association unfolds, MOAM appeals for restraints on bus fares. Increase may help to mitigate the impact on commuters. However, the long-term effect of fuel price hike on Malawi economy and transportation sector remains to be seen. The government will likely monitor the situation closely, ensuring that businesses and operators respond reasonably to the fuel price increase. With the country's dependence on road transportation, finding a balance between economic sustainability and consumers' protection will be crucial. For Luntha News in Ilongwe, this is Emmanuel Jiwocha.
Political expert Jimama Titi has described the decision of the outgoing president to attend the inauguration of the incoming leader as a positive step in strengthening Malawi's democratic culture. He noted that such gestures set a good precedent for smooth transitions of power and unity among citizens. In an interview, Titi said the outgoing president's presence will symbolize respect for democratic values, especially in a context where elections can be highly contested. He emphasized that this development signals political maturity and contributes to national cohesion during a crucial moment of change. More details in this report followed by Judith Ogan, but read in our studios by Gift Kalunga.
Nsiti added that the attendance of the outgoing president reinforces the idea that state functions, including inaugurations, are national events that transcend political rivalry. He explained that these practices can help reduce political tensions and encourage future leaders to prioritize unity above personal or partisan interests. He further observed that Malawi's democracy will remain strong when leaders, both outgoing and incoming, demonstrate humility and a commitment to peaceful transfer of power.
He's setting a very good precedent because that's what is required for our politics. That whenever a new president is coming into power, the outgoing president should be there to hand over authority. I know that it's difficult, especially where two political parties.
Nsiti included that the willingness of the outgoing president to be present at the inauguration is a reminder that leadership is above service to the nation, not just the pursuit of power. He called for continued promotion of democratic values to ensure Malawi remains united and stable. For Luntha News, this is Judith Ogan.
You are watching news on Luntha Television and we'll be back after this short break.
Mwaswera Grace.
Ndaswera kai maive.
Mwagula mabuku kodi?
Ayi ndabwereka ku library.
Kodi yakuopen secondary school so mmatha kugwiritsa ntchito library ya school?
Ndichina chilichonsetu. Library, lab ya science, ya ICT, komanso maphunziro amakono apa phone, tablet, computer ndi digital learning. Timagwiritsa ntchito notesmaster.com. Ndi chimodzimodzi lophunzira aliyense wa ku secondary school ya boma.
Izi zinthu ndiye zosangalatsa. Maphunziro apamwamba ndithu. aivirupa jasana sankhidwe ndini madankhava kuti kodi kadi ndipanga bwanji.
Etu ife tonse amene tinakhonza mayeso a 8 koma sitinasankhidwe kupita ku sekondari munasiyira sukulu ya sekondari panjira kapena mukufuna kutsitsa mapoints, dziwani kuti unduna wa maphunziro a primary ndi sekondari unakhazikitsa maphunziro a open secondary schools ngati njira imodzi yowonjezera mwayi wa maphunziro apamwamba kudzera msukulu za sekondari za m'madera athu kumene kuli aphunzitsi odziwa ntchito yawo bwino komanso zipangizo zapamwamba zoyenera pa maphunziro. Musazengereze, kalembetsani lero ku open secondary school ya mdera lanu kuti mupeze maphunziro apamwamba.
Uthengawu akukupatsirani ndi aunduna wa maphunziro aku primary ndi secondary kudzera ku Equals Project ndi thandizo la ndalama lochokera ku World Bank.
Kulipira school fees kwaphweka tsopano. Listen the fees by Airtel Money. Mutha kulipira school fees mosavuta kudzera pa foni yanu. Tsatirani ndondomeko zotsatirazi. Choyamba, imbani *211#. Pamene yomwe mutapatsidwe, sankhani 8 kuti mulipire fees. Pitirizani posankha 1 yomwe ndi send fees. Kenako mudzafunsidwa kuti mulowetse admissions number. Kuchoka apo, mudzaona skulu yomwe mukufuna kulipira komanso dzina la ophunzira. Onetsetsani kuti zonse ndi zolondola. Pitirirani ndi kuyika ndalama zomwe mukufuna kulipira. Lembani pini yanu ya Airtel Money kuti muvomereze kulipira. Ndipo nthawi yomweyo mudzalandira SMS yotsimikiza kuti zatheka. Kulipira school fees kwaphweka tsopano. Listen the fees by Airtel.
If you've just joined us, I know that you're watching news on Luntha television, and now a reminder of the top stories. Pope Leo XIV urges the faithful to embrace God's forgiveness. Sudden fuel price hike sparks worries among many bus operators. The Malawi Network of Older Persons organization calls on Malawians to recognize the role of older persons in national development. And in other news, envoy Nkosinati Ntentwa dies in apparent suicide in Paris. Moving on with the news, the Malawi Network of Older Persons organization Manipo has urged Malawians to recognize the important role of older persons in national development. Executive Director Andrew Kavala highlighted their contributions as agents of change, defenders of human rights, and active participants in governance and civic life on the International Day of Older Persons today. Speaking with Luntha News, Kavala emphasized that this year's theme, Older Persons, driving local and global action, our aspirations, our well-being, our rights, showcases the transformative role of older persons whose knowledge and experience continue to strengthen Malawi's socio-economic and political development. More details in this report followed by Gift Kalonga.
Kavara highlighted that this year's International Day of Older Persons, observed today under the theme of Older Persons, driving local and global action, our aspirations, our well-being, our rights, underscores the vital role of the elderly. He noted that their knowledge and life experiences continue to strengthen all areas of national development. He also praised Malawi's recent progress in protecting the rights and dignity of older citizens, recalling that National Assembly passed the Older Persons Act in April last year. The law provides a legal framework to safeguard older persons' rights and recognizes their active role in national development.
Today is 1 October, International Day of Older Persons, and the theme is Older Persons Driving Local and Global Action, Our Aspirations, Our Well-Being, Our Rights. This theme reaffirms the transformative role the elderly play in society. It actually advocates for their dignity, inclusion, and human rights.
Kavala added that the national celebration of the International Day of Older Persons will take place on 31st October in Dedza. He stressed the importance of creating opportunities for older persons to actively contribute to social and economic initiatives throughout the country. Malawi joins the global community in observing and celebrating the International Day of Older Persons. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
In sports, the president of the Football Association of Malawi, Farmer Fredwood Haya, has encouraged local coaches pursuing their CAF B license to fulfill their responsibilities with professionalism, emphasizing the importance of steering clear of politics within the realm of football. Haya shared these insights during the closing ceremony of the CAF B coaching license course held at Mbila village in Blantyre. Patrick Pupa has filed this report.
24 coaches, including 5 women, have successfully completed their first phase of CAF B license coaching course, which commenced in May of this year. Haya commended the coaches for their dedication and hard work throughout the training, and the Football Association of Malawi FAM has pledged to continue supporting their working environment. Insert Haya.
As per our strategic plan of 2024-2034, this is like a technical capacity. And we do believe that as football, we need this technical capacitation. So in short, this is very important for us, making sure that we are walking the talk, and we believe that we are in the right trajectory according to our strategic plan.
Chairperson for the National Football Coaches Association, Aubrey Nankoni, praised the Football Association Malawi for this commendable initiative. Victor Mpande, one of the participants, encouraged others to equip themselves in order to contribute to the development of football in Malawi.
As we know, knowledge is power. When you've got the technical knowledge, it means you're safe and comfortable in dealing with the young boys, with the players. Therefore, it is something that is going to push us to levels where we've not yet reached. And when we reach those levels, we know that the football in Malawi is going to change. And we are.
John Kaputa, the former technical director and lead instructor, advised the coaches to embrace modern football techniques in their coaching practices.
The course content is divided into 4 modules. They did the first module, second module, now they're on the 3rd module. The last module, which is the 4th one, is the practical sessions at their respective football teams or football clubs where they are going. And we're going to follow them, we're going to find them and assess them on the practical sessions.
Among the participants of the CAF B license course are Young Chimodzi Jr., Steve Msakakuona, Sherry Msuku, Green Harawa, McDonald Yobe, Moses Chavula, and Luke Bruno Milanzi. For Luntha News, this is Patrick Pupa.
In other news, South Africa's ambassador to France in Gisonanti, Emmanuel Mtentwa, was found dead on Tuesday at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Paris after reportedly leaving a suicide note to his wife. According to the prosecutor, a security guard discovered his body in the hotel's inner courtyard that morning. Mtentwa had been staying on the 22nd floor of the establishment in Western Paris. We have a Reuters report read by Fales Chisombe.
On Monday evening, Tewe's wife alerted police that he was missing after receiving a message from him apologizing and declaring his intention to take his own life. According to the prosecutor, investigators later found that the safety lock on the hotel room window had been forced open with a pair of scissors, which were left behind. No evidence of a struggle, medication, or narcotics was discovered at the scene. French authorities have since launched an inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the ambassador's death, while South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation has expressed its condolences to the family and confirmed it is working closely with the French officials on the matter.
With that item, we've also come to the end of our today's bulletin, but let's have a recap of the top stories before we go. Pope Leo XIV urges the faithful to embrace God's forgiveness. Sudden fuel price hike sparks worry many bus operators. The Malawi Network of Older Persons Organization calls on Malawians to recognize role of older persons in national development. And in other news, envoy Consinati Ntentwa dies in apparent suicide in Paris. You've been with me, Chabite Chilanga. Thanks so much for keeping me company and continue enjoying the rest of our programs right here on Luntha TV. Goodbye.